It's 5/2/2025. Freaky Friday, homies, overtime in the building. Sitting back with my boy Pay, my boy Tate Boy Fresh. You know how we get out on overtime. We're going to talk about a barrage of topics. This is being broadcasted live on YouTube on different and multiple channels. The Know-It-Alls, Fans First Sports Network, Frustrated Chicago Bears fans, Running Through the Jungle, and wherever you get your audio podcasts, Google, Spotify, and or Apple. Make sure you check out the Homies Overtime podcast as we talk sports, all kind of shenanigans. We're sitting back with my homies and my boys. But before we even get to it, man, what's cracking Tate Boy Fresh? What's up with you this evening, man?
Big G, what's happening, man? We just got done doing an episode of the Homies on all the same networks you just mentioned, but for the Steel Curtain Network audio. But just had a good discussion with you and Pay about some AFC North questions and stuff like that. Got a lot of different opinions, a lot of different biases, a lot of different backing out of bets and stuff like that. But here we are on the next show, Overtime. We started new, we start fresh. We go from there.
Payday, what's going on with you, bro? What's happening with you, man? We can't hear you. You're talking.
I said nothing much. We got the Game 6. One of the rare Game 6 in the NBA playoffs is correct. Just start off. Just a few minutes before we went live.
Yeah, Houston to get Golden State, correct? Yeah. Houston,
right. Houston, Golden State. Yeah, they just hit that.
Absolutely. All right, fellas, we're gonna get to it, but our boy B Dirt, he couldn't be there this evening, so we're just gonna talk a little bit about congratulating him and Jess for the wedding, the marriage wedding that they had last weekend. 3 out of the 4 homies was unable to be there. I wasn't. I'm the odd man out. I wasn't able to be there. Pay was there, Dirt was there, Tate was there, right? So I want to get a little insight with your experience concerning B-Dirt's wedding. We're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to ask you a couple questions here or there. But first of all, I just want to get your overall thought process concerning his wedding. Pay, I'm going to start with you because you was feet on the ground before anybody else, man. What was going on first, man?
I showed up. He was on the back 9 when I got there, so I didn't see him until later for the draft party / I guess pseudo bachelor's party. I guess you can call it that. Draft party was cool. B-Dirt's got some cool people in his camp, so that was fun. We had good food, and the drinks was flowing well. I've never had a shot as big as a shot B-Dirt was pouring me at 2 in the morning. At that point, I said, you know what, it's time to go, B. It's time to go, because if we're still drinking like that at 2 in the morning, I'm gonna start packing my stuff up now, because at some point I might end up on the floor. I don't want to do that. Too old for that.
And the floor in the bedroom or in the floor in the hallway?
More in somebody's backyard that I'd never met before.
Yeah, I understand it. Tate, you were second man down, 10 toes down, second man down. What was your initial experience like with B-Dirt's wedding, man?
Oh, man, it was a great wedding, man. My experience in getting there wasn't the best because my flight was 2 hours late. Pay, was you late getting out of there like you had text? Was it late? You was on time?
No, I just had a whole bunch of redirects to get there. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But, no, I wasn't late getting there. I was late getting out of there.
Well, that's what I meant. Well, yeah, that's what you put in the text was you might be delayed leaving. And I don't know if the lady at the desk told you, I waited as long as I could down the lobby for you to check out. Checkout time was 11. I left at 11:41. No you yet. What's that all about?
How am I checking out at 11?
That was checkout time.
For y'all.
Pay had extra plans. Pay had extra plans.
No, he said I talked to him at 10:15. We checking out too. And checkout time's 11. Or maybe he just broke the rule and didn't know it was 11. Checkout time was 11.
Yeah, checkout time's being 11. It should be a problem. It's too early. Too early in the day.
No, I agree, but it was 11. And I sat down from 10:15 to 11:41. I said, tell the dude to come down with the dreads that I said bad word to him. I know she wasn't going to tell you that. But did she tell you anything? But nah, so I got there late Friday. I was supposed to be here like 2:30ish. Got there like right at 4. Very nice resort. B Dirt about, I think the place had like 35 rooms. B Dirt had like 30 of them booked for the wedding. Like we got there that evening. We got there towards the end, I believe, pay of the rehearsal dinner and turned into like a Friday night rehearsal get together. Like, and it was in this nice, it's a three level lodge, and they got an atrium in the middle of a roofless atrium with a bar in the side room where he's watching the draft, and lots of good food, like Pace said, and the bar was open. I was drinking water and soda, but it was open, but like lots of food. B Dirt was making pizza, man.
Really?
Himself. He brought his pizza making material. And if everybody know B Dirt worked for an Italian food company,
Yeah.
and he knows his pies and all that kind of stuff. So these were good pizzas. It was like pizza on request, like he a DJ. What did he pay?
Yeah, he was. They made some concoction I came up with. They asked me, "What kind of pizza you want, Pat?" Like, hey, give me a pesto, jalapeno cheese, throw a little andolini sausage on that boy, and throw some mozzarella on top. Let's see how you get out. And they actually did it. They put it together. Wasn't too bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna ask you guys this, man. You know, because we get out.
But hold on, real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
B Dirt was making the pizza, had on a fresh pair of Michigan 11s.
Or Jordan Erics.
Yeah, Jordan 11, Michigan Jordan 11s.
Yeah.
Pizza sauce all over them boys.
Oh, they cooked. Might as well go give them
like a can of pizza sauce.
Yeah, they cooked. You might as well go ahead. Unless you got a good shoe cleaner, you cooked.
That was the only faux pas of the weekend that was noticed and by B Dirt was the pizza sauce to the 11s.
Big cooked. All right, man.
Friday night was a lot of fun. Go ahead.
Yeah, we down with sports, man, on the homies, man. So I want to know, because I know y'all talk sports. I know outside of the wedding, because that was the whole reason why everybody got together. But outside of the wedding, do you have a highlight and a low light considering your sports moment? Because to be with B Dirt and Jess and not have sports, it's not going to happen. That's who they are as people. So what was your highlight and low light concerning sports over the weekend? Pay, I'm going to start with you first. What was the greatest thing you saw? You was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. And then the worst thing, you was like, man, I cannot believe this actually happened, man.
Well, the greatest thing was Dirt and Jess tying the knot. Beautiful ceremony. It was. I'm liking it was in. I still debate on how long the ceremony was, because I think I got shafted in that bet we made about 20 minutes or less. There
were prop bets is what he's getting at. Like you could win a pot of money for all the different bets on side bets on the wedding parlay.
It wouldn't have helped. I came in. I tied for last in the with you.
That's hilarious.
So, but still, I still think, I don't know. They say it was longer than 20 minutes. I want a flag on a play. That was the best things of last weekend. But I got a list. I wasn't last weekend wasn't the greatest thing in the world. I got a list of things that made me go, I don't like this. I'm making one of those faces. I got a top 5 list. Y'all want to hear it?
Run it down. Run it.
Top 5 things of last weekend that made me go, make that face. OLI. It started thunderstorming as soon as the wedding party was ready to come down the aisle. Getting my suit wet. Like, it was cool. The rain was holding off. It was just thundering. But as soon as they was like, "Are we ready?" Rain. We had to have 2 rain delays.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, watch the day 3 of the draft. Coverage from Vikings First and Skull, also on the Fans First Sports Network. I made a guest appearance, and you heard me making proclamations with lightning in the background. It made me sound like I was Thor.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
You look like a Black Thor.
I'll take that. Number 5. things last week that made that wasn't too. It wasn't on my nice list. Number 5, Mama Dirt told on me and Dirt about our secret show that we do when G and Tate are sucking all the air out the room during the homies. When y'all are just talking away and me and Dirt got a secret thing going on.
How y'all got a secret show? That's impossible.
No, it's not a show. They be texting each other while we doing this.
And then we come up with stuff to do on the show while you all are doing that. I ain't like we hadn't found out. She's told on us. Shout out to Mama Dirt.
I appreciate you, Mama Dirt. I appreciate you, Mama. Thank you for telling the truth, keeping the facts in the room. Go ahead, next thing.
Number 4, the draft. The draft itself is, you can never go wrong with the draft. The draft is cool, right? But people were sliding down the draft. People were getting overdrafted. It made for a weird night. Atlanta got Walker and James Pierce.
Killed him.
Oh my God, that made me so mad.
Yeah.
Then guys like Hippolyte. I don't even know who that is. Hippolyte getting overdrafted by some team in the Midwest. That just goes to show you pre-draft rankings, mock drafts, pointless.
Okay.
Number 3, the mosquitoes in Murrells Inlet. I don't know about you, Tate, but Friday and Saturday I got chewed on like I was in that Sinners movie.
Damn. Wow.
Number 2, Dirt stepped on my 90s.
Ooh.
And I think he did it on purpose. He might say he was drunk and just stumbling around, but I walked into the spot and he pointed at my shoes like, "You got on 90s?" You know, Dirt's an Air Max fan, and he don't like 90s for some reason. I think he's got a little bias against them because later on that night he stepped on him. And you know what made it worse? He was wearing dunks.
Oh,
hate dunks. Not the greatest moment.
What color was the 90s?
Oh, my 90s. Oh, they're green. They're forest green and rose gold.
Oh yeah, so he left a big old footprint on that bad.
Oh man, it's right there on the toe, just dirt.
Shoestrings jacked. Already know.
Number one thing from last weekend that made me go, that CBS interview that Bill Belichick did with his girlfriend. Well, how do you go to CBS and do an interview with your girlfriend that's 50 years younger than you with a hole in your shirt the size of Lake Michigan?
And a Navy, on top of that, a Navy shirt. And he in North Carolina.
He is the bummiest dude I've ever seen in my life. And he just don't care. He gives no F's about just being a bum. He rolls out of bed and just walks out of the door with whatever he slept in.
Yeah.
It made me so mad. You on CBS, get it together. Put on a shirt and tie.
It don't even look like he combed his hair, bro. And she was sitting on the sideline with a Navy sweatshirt on too. That made it even worse.
He didn't comb his hair at all.
Yeah. Facts. All right, Tate Boy Fresh. Highlight and or low light. You said you ain't got no low lights. Maybe we'll see. But highlight.
Well, the only low light was the pizza sauce to the 11s. And that's specifically going to be Dirt. My 11s stayed clean. I had on the gray tip toes. But I hate that I didn't bring any of my Air Max. They're most comfortable. My 270s. I just brought two pair of the 11s and my 86 nights I wore with my suit. I called them the Georgetown Hoyas of the week to you, Big G.
Yeah.
But the best moment I tied it in with sports was the card and the card I got beat Dirt. I wrote in it, like, if you're gonna have a wedding on NFL draft weekend, I said nothing could be better than two number one picks coming together. So congratulations.
Yeah.
So I
like that, bro. I like that. That
kind of tied it with the whole draft weekend and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my sports thing that ties it with the wedding, ties it all together.
I heard through the
Awesome.
grapevine that y'all got a chance to meet the Michigan guy, the guy that helped host me when I went to the Michigan-Texas game. Y'all spent
booster?
a little time with him? Oh yeah.
I talked to him.
John. That's his name, right?
John. Yeah, John. He real good dude, man. Real good dude, man. So
I omitted this from my list. Flights are expensive going in and out of Myrtle Beach. Ridiculous.
Facts.
If I ever pick up a golf hobby, oh geez, they're gonna take all my money.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts. All right, gentlemen. Anything else concerning the wedding?
When I got back to DC to Reagan, because it wasn't a big plane going straight from Myrtle Beach back to DC. The baggage claim, the first 12 to 15 bags came out there were all guys' golf clubs. I'm like, wow. I didn't realize like all these dudes was here golfing. I was in the plane with me, but their clubs had been checked, obviously. And that's all that came off their baggage claim belt.
Ain't no way in hell I'm letting my golf clubs go through no damn baggage claim. They're going to be beat up, beat down, toe up.
Well, what you going to do, Big G? You can't take them on a plane?
I'm driving.
Check them.
I'm driving. I'm driving, man. I'm driving, man. Ain't no
well,
way.
You're not going to play Pebble Beach then?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But I'm not my golf clubs. They cost too damn much. To me. All right, anything else left concerning the wedding that y'all want to talk about?
No, just a whole bunch of good people. Like all Jess people was great. I knew some of B Dirt's people, not all of them, but his people were mostly a lot of close friends he's had over the years and stuff. B Dirt, him and Mama D. He's the only child, and he got a couple uncles that's a little older. They couldn't make it, so a lot of it was his friends and a lot of Jeff's family. Jeff had a lot of good family and stuff. It just was a really good time. Those people and Pay, the homie, the lady Lexi. Remember Lexi? She the one that kind of chest bumped you out the way and kind of F Chicago.
Oh wow! You got a chest bump, Pay?
Hey, she called me. I was walking across the room. She said, "Hey, and another thing." Boom! Got right in my grill. I'm like, wow. All right. Detroit's going to win the division. I'm sorry. I got you.
Wow.
Hey, and Big G, she go hard for Michigan. Pause. She likes Michigan a lot.
Oh, listen.
And she works in Ann Arbor, and she wants to come on the podcast. Say, yeah, I got just the dude for you. We just gonna sit back, listen to y'all go back and forth.
What was her name again?
Lexi.
Yeah, I met Lexi when we went to Ann Arbor. I met yeah, she don't mess around. Dog, listen, all Dirt's crew go hard in the paint, dog. They don't mess around. The whole freaking crew. They are diehard Wolverines, man. And I was all behind enemy lines, but they treated a player fair. They B Dirt let them know I was a Buckeye, but they really treated me nice, man. So good people, man.
Yeah. So
all
that's
right,
it
fellas.
for the wedding, man. Go ahead and take a quick break.
Absolutely. Let's take a commercial break, pause for the cause, pay some bills on Fans First Sports Network or wherever you're listening or catching this video and or audio podcast. If you're listening to us, just give us a second. If you're watching us live, pause for the cause, pay the bills. We'll be right back with the Homies Overtime. And we're back with the Homies Overtime. We're going to flip it on over. We're going to talk a little bit about, and y'all you're going to try to get me with that no Diddy. I know y'all trying. Y'all looking for one tonight. Hey, we got a bet right now to see who's going to get the first no Diddy. They tried to get me right off the back, and it's not happening tonight. And Pay, my money is on you, pal, to get the first no Diddy tonight, man. So anyway, we're going to start talking football, right? We was all over the place talking about football on the initial Homies podcast. We're going to talk a little bit more football over here. Strategic questions and live chat. If you guys got questions concerning any football team, any NFL team, bring it up in the live chat. We'll make sure we pull up your questions and we'll talk about it live on air, right? So, but my first question to you two was, who won the NFL draft? Who won it? Pay, the team that won the NFL draft.
Definitively, I would probably say Baltimore, but it's a conversation to be had about the Giants and the Falcons. I think they had really strong Thursdays, but I think Baltimore's draft in a whole, obviously they had a lot. They were tied for the second most draft picks in total. So their opportunity to go up to the plate was a lot more than anybody else, but they made the most out of all their picks. So that's my pick on who won the draft.
So, hey, listen. So before I go to Tate, we got a question off of AFL 67. AFL 67 says, Big G, my question was, what do you think about Marcus Freeman being the Steelers' next coach? Absolutely not. Marcus Freeman is not an NFL head coach. Marcus Freeman is a collegiate head coach. The way that he coaches, his coaching style does not transition to the NFL. He would definitely need to be at a larger school even than Notre Dame and show that he could win there before he would even be competitive in the NFL level. So my question is no. Tate, you a Steelers fan, so I'll give you a chance to address that as well. Do you think Marcus Freeman will be a good coach for the Steelers?
I think he could potentially. I mean, I think he's a good coach now. Notre Dame is a big enough program. Mike Tomlin came in as a defensive coordinator after 1 or 2 years, and young guy, serious about football, a lot of football character, gets guys to play for him. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move to get another young coach that you can build with.
Okay. All right, so Tate, who won the NFL draft to you, man?
Well, Pay said it already. I said it on the Know-It-Alls last Sunday, the day after the draft ended. The Giants. Got the Giants. I mean, you go in, you get arguably the best player in the draft. And I say he's the best player in the draft because he's the biggest man in the draft between him and the other guy, Travis Hunter. And Big G, you owe corner time for that too.
Yep.
Jacksonville moving up.
Yep.
To take Travis Hunter. Then they got Alexander.
Yeah.
So that defensive line rotation is coming at you like a lot of the good teams with that rotation just gunning for you, right?
Yeah, Thibodeau, Lawrence, Carter, and Alexander. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's problems.
Whether you like them or not, they got their quarterback. They came up back to the first round of 28 and took Jackson Dart. And then they had the running back Tracy, who was all right last year, but they needed a every down back, a workhorse back, and they got Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah.
I mean, so I really like what the Giants did, not even getting deeper down into the woods with that. Look who shows up in the building now.
What's up, B-Dirt? Congratulations again,
B-Dirt
man.
in the building. We just got done talking about your wedding without you, man. So rewind back and you can see everything we had to say about it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And I'm waiting to hear from you, B-Dirt. You know about what? Holla at me.
Pay said that ain't him. Pay, is that him? Is that him, Pay? It's a doppelganger.
It's AI.
It's a doppelganger.
That's B-Dirt. You Pay asked him in the chat. Did you mean to send me a messenger? And B-Dirt said, yeah, that was me.
I don't trust it, man. Until I talk to my boy or see my boy on video, I don't know. I don't know if he's still with us. He might be with Remy and them.
Facts. Tate, Phoenix 55 HD said, where do you think Jalen Ramsey is going, man?
Hope the Steelers, but I don't know, man. It has to be somebody that needs the corner and is willing to spend about 17, 18 a year. The Steelers had the salary cap space to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you put him in that room opposite Joey Porter. Go ahead and move Clutch Slay to nickel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like that.
Yeah. Pay, where do you think Jalen Ramsey remains a Dolphin, or do you think he's traded? And let me ask you this, Pay, because you're good at this point. What compensation do you think he fields in order if he gets traded? What do you think he's worth?
Well, he's not worth the first anymore. Even though his name recognition might push his compensation up just a notch, and he's still very talented. He's not even at the point of his career where you're thinking about putting him as a safety or putting him in the nickel. He's still an outside corner, even though I think his best days are behind him. I think his best days are well behind him. Compensation for a corner, he's going on 10 years in the league now, right? It's 2020. Time is flying. It's 2025 already. I still remember he had that zesty press conference by his locker as a Jacksonville Jaguar. I think that was 2015.
That's facts.
I think I would give up a third, possibly. You could probably talk me into a second for him, but just one. He's not getting the team that trades for him is not giving up a package. You get one pick. It'll be a high pick. If you want multiple picks, it starts with a fourth.
So I think the issue is that most teams don't want to pay the salary, and that's what Miami's not willing to do. So do you think is it worth a team maybe splitting the salary 50-50 of what he's owed in order to bring him in along with a pick? I'm gonna start with you and ask you that question, man.
I didn't know football teams could do that. Yeah, if that's possible, I think it's worth it. I think it's definitely worth it. If you can make the numbers work in that way, as far as two teams split the bill, I think you get some cap relief for one team, the other team gets a player. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Torrey Johnson, man, we appreciate you. He says, "Hey, I love you guys. You remind me of my old teammates and my homebound back home.
Homeboy's crying.
Homeboy back home. Big G is my favorite of all, along with you, Tate. Go Steelers. Pay and be dirt. Don't take any shorts, though." Big facts, man. We appreciate you, Torrey. We like you, and we thank you for being here in the thing.
Definitely, man. That's
absolutely.
That's one of the best comments we got. We just want to seem like some guys sitting around chopping it up that rock with each other, man. We get down with each other as far as kicking and talking. I mean, if we could talk about some of the stuff we got in the chat and stuff, man, it's a whole bunch of just stuff.
Exactly.
We try and take the stuff we talk about during the week and narrow it down to this. Correct. But sometimes the train gets off the tracks a little bit. So, but thanks, man.
Yeah, and I'm the main person that'll throw this thing into straight. I got two shows, one on the Know It Alls and another one on Steel Curtain Network. One's called Smash the Gas and one's called Pump Your Brakes. I'm the main one that would derail this joker, so I admit it wholeheartedly in front of my co-host. It's my problem. I apologize.
Big J.
Yeah.
You won't just derail it. You wreck this thing.
I'm a full crash out. Full crash. That's absolutely facts. Full crash out. All right, so fellas, if we identified who won it, who lost the draft? Tate, I'm going to start with you. Who took the big L dog for the draft, man?
Oh. I mean, I think a lot of teams got better. Some teams didn't get what they needed. So if I had to pick a loser in the draft, I'm somewhere around the New Orleans Saints.
Oh.
I mean, they took the offensive tackle. You need those building blocks. They need so many building blocks.
Yeah.
And a new coach that, I mean, I think they need to just sell tickets, man. They could have got a ticket seller before the fans be putting the paper bags back on their head again like they did in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Hey, that boy said they need a ticket seller.
They need a ticket seller, man.
Wow.
And the O-lineman not it.
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
You know? So that's my thought. I call him the loser just right off the top of my head. But, yeah, the winners are kind of easy. You know what teams you thought did really well. You don't even think about the teams you thought didn't do that good. I had to kind of think back and say, give me the Saints for now.
Yep. Pay, who took the L dog, man? Who straight smoked the draft? They straight up. Matter of fact, let's say who was in their draft room drinking Thunderbird, OE, and Mad Dog 2020? Who messed it up?
Oh, I don't think no one messed it up to that extent where they're just they're a wino on the corner drinking. You remember Four Locos? Remember that? Remember the Four Loco era?
Yeah.
That was a fun era.
Yeah.
That was a fun era. Ooh, woke up plenty of days.
Just lit. Just straight lit.
I thought I was going to die back then. But I think the team that may have underperformed the most, and this is when I say underperformed, they probably got a C.
Okay.
I'm thinking Tennessee.
What?
I mean, hear me out. Tennessee obviously got what they needed at the first pick of the draft.
Okay.
Cam Ward. They definitely needed that. But if you go past that pick, I'm not blown away by their draft. Cam Ward definitely is what they could have walked. They could have ended their draft at Cam Ward and they'd have been in the same spot. But with the rest of the picks they got, I wasn't enamored with it. The rest of their draft from that point on. But like I said, this probably got a C. I don't think anybody was terrible with this draft. There was no really. Most years you have this one team that's just out there just smoking. They're just going overdraft. Detroit Lions a few years ago when they overdrafted Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, it worked out for them, but we don't have many examples from this draft of teams doing stuff like that.
But that worked out every pick they made that we thought was overdraft.
Yeah. That still doesn't mean it's a good pick.
If it works, how's it not a good pick? They got Jahmyr Gibbs early. They got Campbell, the linebacker, early. They got the tight end. What's his name?
Sam Laporta.
Laporta early.
Brian Branch.
Every pick hit. That's why they beat the Bears.
They drafted good players. I didn't say I didn't say that they didn't draft good players. I said they drafted them early. When you're grading drafts, you're grading reaches and all the other such. Drafting bad players, all of it. Those were reaches. They worked out. They still reach.
Can you really grade a draft until you see what the players do after a sample size? And if you go back and regrade their draft,
what are we talking about right now? We're talking about grading the draft that just happened last week, right? So
but I'm saying
Tennessee though, Tennessee had a really
we're
good draft.
We're talking about the nuts and bolts of actually drafting that encompasses reaches.
They got.
But if it works, was it the reach?
Yes, you can still.
I'm talking about Detroit. I ain't talking about Tennessee.
Oh, yes, you can. It can still be a reach, but the player can bail you out on that. It doesn't negate the reach.
Well, don't. Sometimes you stand steadfast and stick to your board and what you need and what you want.
If the Patriots drafted Tom Brady in the first round and he still had the career that he had, it'd still been a reach.
It would, but you say, man, the Patriots saw something nobody else saw. Obviously,
I just said that it worked out for them. Yeah, but it's still a reach.
They got Cam Ward in the first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got one or two super chats by Claude too. They got Cam Ward in the first.
That's not his name.
Sir Claude Bishop, we got one or two of them. Cam Ward, they got Olendajo, the edge from UCLA, in the first. They traded back in. They got Dyke, the wide receiver from Florida, in the second. They got Gunnar Helm, tight end from Texas, in the second. In the third round, they got Amelar, the wide receiver from Stanford. Kenny Winston, the safety from Penn State. Jackson Slater, the offensive lineman, in the fourth round. Marcus Harris, DB, and Kenny Mullins in the sixth round. That's a B+, A- draft.
I see it as a B-.
And anytime you trade back into the first, you obviously going to get a guy you want. So I have no problem with going to get a guy you want, regardless of what we think. If you got the conviction to go get him, by all means, you had a good draft because you went and got who you wanted.
Yeah.
It may not work out, but it's good because you got the player you wanted.
Well, I mean, if it didn't work out, then you swung it. You got an 0 for 2 right there because you traded up to go get that guy that you wanted if it didn't work out.
And with that being said,
about getting the guy.
With that being said, the biggest loser actually is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They gave up next year's first and a second this year to move up from 5 to 2 to get Travis Hunter. I would have just stayed at 5 and got whoever was there for that haul they had to give up.
I don't know. Travis Hunter, to me, is the second best player in the draft. They need
Was he?
playmakers. Yeah, I think he is second best player in the draft. I don't think he's going to play both sides of the ball. I don't think that's going to happen in the NFL.
He'll be limited at corner. He'll be limited at corner, but he's going to start WR.
I think he's going to go the other way. I think he's going to be a corner. I don't think he's going to be a
I think they've already said that he's going to be a receiver.
He's going to start WR. He's going to start WR, and he's going to limit it in the corner.
That's easier to play.
Easy money. Easy money.
So, it's in his benefit because they get paid more. But he's second best player in the draft. They traded up. You're right. I don't think that trade up is worse than the trade up that the Atlanta Falcons did to get back in the first to get James Pierce. Now, mind you, I did just say I like the Atlanta Falcons Thursday. I like what they did on Thursday because of who the players they got. However, when they gave up a lot to get back in the first, they gave up another first to get back in this first.
They did.
Well,
the two defensive ends they got are killers.
I agree with you, G. Stacking quarterback chasers is never a bad proposition. But the price was steep.
Going Travis Hunter, a wide receiver, moved from 5 to 2. So you're giving up 5. You're trading 2 to 5. You gave up your second this year, and then you get up a first and something else next year. And you probably not going to be good. So it's going to be a high first. Jacksonville lost.
Possibly. But we all agree that that was probably the going rate for Travis Hunter since he is better than James Pierce. I'd like James Pierce, but he ain't Travis Hunter.
The bottom line is that the Tennessee Titans
weren't going to get James Pierce. They was going to get probably Mason Graham at the very least.
But at the bottom line is the Tennessee Titans wouldn't have picked number 1. Travis Hunter was the number 1 overall pick. If they didn't need a quarterback, they would have took Travis Hunter. That's how good of a value that is. All right, let me get to the super chat. Claude Bishop, $5. Thanks, man. Pay and B Dirt brings the knowledge, and the other 2 brings the trash takes. Thank you, Pay and B Dirt. Sir Claude Bishop, adios muchachos, my friend. We'll see you on the other side.
Old country, new country.
Both. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, both. Thank you. We'll see you.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
All right, and then we got another super chat from Claude Bishop. He said, Tate, G, you missed my super chat on Wednesday. Thanks, Claude. I didn't miss it. I thought we got all of them. But we appreciate the 2, Sir Claude. I don't think we missed the super chat. But what was it about? What was the question?
Tell us what it is right now, and we'll address it. Exactly if it was missed. Sometimes these comments get up. Big pause. Big G's supposed to help monitor the comments. He been failing like Claude. I mean, like Kirby been failing at the gates. Big G been failing at the comments the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Never. So listen, we got another question from Torrey Johnson. He said, hey, G, do you think we should leave AR where he is and ride with Mason? Let Howard sit for a year and draft a high quarterback in next year. AR is a drama queen. Mason is better team player to lead the team. I think that if you're looking at the 2025 season, AR helps us the most. I think that Mason Rudolph will get us 9 or 10 wins, but I think a healthy Aaron Rodgers can get us 11 or 12 wins. I think we can have a better playoff run with Aaron Rodgers than we can at Mason Rudolph. But I am very high on Will Howard. And I don't believe that the Steelers are going to be drafting high in next year's spots. So if we are an 8 or 9 win team and early exit in the playoffs, okay, maybe. But we're not going to pick a quarterback before 15. We're not going to do that. So so looking to try to get up and get a quarterback that high, it's not going to happen. And some of these guys that they have listed high at quarterback for next year is ridiculous. Nussmeier is not that good, y'all. I'm telling you, I've watched film on him. His dad's a freaking offensive coordinator. He's not that good. So the only guy there's only 2 guys I'm really sold on right now in next year's draft because we're not going to get Manning. I'm sold on Lenoris Sellers. I'm sold on him. And I'm sold on K. Klubnik. Those are the 2 guys that I'm sold on for next year. I'm not sold on Drew Aller. I'm not sold on Nussmeier. I'm not sold on him. I'm not even sold on Nico, even though he's got good upside. He's got to show me he can do it at UCLA.
I'm sold on Klubnik.
Yeah, I'm sold on K. Klubnik. I'm sold on Lenore Sellers. I'm sold on him. So that's about the range if we do pick a quarterback in the first round. That's just my thoughts. Pay, you got something you want to say, bro?
I'm a hater. What I call him a drama king, though, right? I'm a hater.
No, you're not no hater. I'm just saying that this.
No, but he's saying what what is perceived as, but you say it you say it and it's true, but you say it all the time because you be hating on Aaron Rodgers all the time.
So there's a limit how many times you can say the
You
truth.
hate on the cheese head, you hate the discount double check, you hate the I own you, you hate all that stuff. You hate Aaron Rodgers because he's your nemesis, just like the Browns hate Big Ben.
I never said I liked them. I never said that. I just said everything that I say about it is correct.
Listen, we stand a better chance to win with 12. 12 gives us a better chance. 12 gives us a better chance.
This year, let's not forget what Tom Brady did. Took Tampa Bay to a Super Bowl. It's not an old quarterback.
Whoa.
They had a good season.
They never missed the playoffs. When Brady went to Tampa, they never missed the freaking playoffs.
Whoa.
They were a team that wasn't making the playoffs. Brady gets there, they win a Super Bowl, and they never missed the playoffs with Brady. Never.
I think they won the division 3 straight times.
That is correct, Tate. That is absolute facts. They never missed the freaking playoffs. Never. And Brady was as old as Methuselah.
Was that a comparison to Aaron Rodgers to Brady?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, top 5 quarterback all time, whether you like it or not.
He ain't Brady. He ain't Brady.
There's nobody that's Brady. There's nobody that's Brady. But he's in that conversation of top 5 quarterbacks.
That's fine. But there's a gulf between wherever he's at and
wherever
Brady's at.
No.
What Brady did on his second team in his advanced age would never be duplicated.
Oh.
That's saying a lot, man.
Well, it was not saying a lot. It never happened before him. It's not going to happen again.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't be shocked.
He wasn't that old, though, but okay. Well, so he obviously, but he wasn't 40, but you obviously don't remember Jim Plunkett was old and washed up too when he took the Raiders to a Super Bowl.
He wasn't 40. He wasn't in his 40s.
He wasn't 40, but he probably was 40 for that time.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z said, what? The 30's a new 20 about 20 years ago. So imagine that was Super Bowl was 80, 1980. That was what 40 years ago. And they're saying, he probably was 50 in mindset and everything else back then.
Wait a minute, man. Claude Gray go revisit the Matrix. Claude said Rodgers is not a top 5 quarterback. Stop lying. Who better than him, Claude?
That's not his
Brady,
name.
Mr. Bishop, who better than him? Brady and who? Brady and who, Sir Bishop? Brady and who? It's Brady and who? Who? Joe Montana? Brady? Okay, maybe 2. Now who you talking about? I know you ain't talking about John Elway. I know you ain't talking about Danny Marino.
You probably could put Peyton in there.
Peyton got one. Well, he got 2 Super Bowls. He got one in Napa, one in Denver. That's facts. But the one in Denver wasn't his. We all know that. They was running him out there with Aspercreme in a wheelchair. It was over. It was over, bro.
Hey.
Danny Marino is not better than Aaron Rodgers. Stop that, Claude. He's not better. He's not. Danny Marino never won a freaking chip.
I think you need to go to the Matrix because that's like the 6th time you called him out his name.
Claude is talking crazy.
Sir Claude to you.
Sir Claude is not better than. Danny Marino ain't better.
That's where Big G for him disrespecting the Matrix man to him, Sir Claude.
Yeah, Sir Claude. Danny Marino is not better than Aaron Rodgers. Stop that.
Hey, man, we have spent the first 45 minutes on the NFL draft, man. We got to try and keep this thing moving in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we got to take another break, too. So let's take the break real quick so we can get to the back half of the show. We appreciate all you guys rocking in the live chat, watching us live on YouTube. Make sure you go and give us a 5-star rating wherever you listen or listen and or watch.
No, Diddy.
What are you talking about? I asked him for a 5-star rating.
No, you also said back half. You could have said the second half of the show.
That's not a no Diddy. You reaching. Stop
No
that.
Diddy.
That's not
No
a Diddy.
Diddy.
You're
You said
reaching. You're
the
reaching.
back half?
You're reaching.
Like even golfers say the back nine. Nobody says the back half.
Pay, is he reaching?
I'm gonna side with G.
Thank you, Pay. He's reaching. But listen, we're going to take the break, and we'll be right back with the last back half of the Homies Overtime podcast.
For everybody, the last block and it's not a half because we've used 3/4 of the show, so it'll be the last quarter of the show.
That's facts.
And we'll be right back after this.
Cubs up 10-0.
Oh,
Who they playing?
Bum ass Brewers. Beer boys.
The Reds are up 6-1. That's not 10-0, but we beat a team 24-2 the other day. But we'll be right back after this. I don't want to get into this with Pay.
and we're back with the last segue of the Homies Overtime podcast. Listen, AFL 67 say, gee, I will take Ben over Aaron Rodgers all day, every day. Aaron Rodgers beat Ben in the Super Bowl. In a Super Bowl. It's not no question. And I love Ben Roethlisberger. I think he's a great player, but A-Rod better than him. He better than him. All
Is
day.
Ben is Ben top 10?
At the very end, maybe like 9 or 10. In my opinion. About 9 or 10. In my opinion. I don't know what you think.
It's close. I'm in that range too.
Pay,
you think Ben's top 10?
I have never thought of Big Roethlisberger and the top 10 in the same thought. I would have to give it some more thought, but just throwing it out there. You know how you do the Hall of Fame smell test? You either you say a name like Hall of Famer or not. You either definitive yes or it's a complete no. You telling me Ben Roethlisberger's top 10? I'm like, I don't know. I got to think about the 9 names, and I will have to put in front of them. I mean, Claude to you. Claude ran down a good 6 already, and I think that's an easy 6.
He said Danny Marino is not better than Aaron Rodgers. Stop that.
No. But he's better than Ben Roethlisberger. That's the
yeah.
Marino, Montana, Steve Young,
Tom Brady,
Peyton Manning.
Is Aikman better than Big Ben?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna keep Aikman right here. I'm gonna put Aikman in this box of where my mom's city's at. I'm gonna keep Aikman in the box.
Look at the numbers, Big G. Look at the numbers. Aikman had the all-time leading rusher and one of the a Hall of Fame wide receivers.
Okay, like Big Ben ain't have dogs. Big Ben didn't have Jerome Bettis. Big didn't have AB. Big Ben.
Yeah, Jerome Bettis for 2 years. I mean, Troy Aikman had Emmitt Smith for the entirety of his career, and Mike Irvin.
That's facts. Big Ben had AB too, and they smoked.
Not a Hall of Famer. Not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but they smoked the chip though. They had it. They smoked the chip. They blew that. So all right. So we got to talk about basketball. What's the score now?
Can we give our baseball takes real quick till we get that over with?
Go ahead.
Finish with the basketball.
Go ahead. Say what you got to say about baseball, Tate.
Nah, I mean the Cubs are the best team in the league. Pay's been saying that for a while. He had a podcast on just frustrated Chicago sports fans the other day, where he was thumping his chest, saying that Chicago's the best team in the MLB. I'm just gonna flash that up there though, because the Cincinnati Reds are going to be right on their heels, and we play a 3 or 4 game set in 2 weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, shout out to the Cubs, man, best team in baseball.
Pay? What you saying about baseball, bro?
The Cubs are the only team, we're the latest team in all of the majors to play a team that was under 500. They just recently played a scrub squad, the Pittsburgh Pirates. They beat them so bad that somebody tried to get rid of themselves in the outfield. Hopefully that person is okay. It's never that serious. The Pirates will be good again one day. Paul Skeens. Remember all that noise about Paul Skeens last year? Cubs lit him up.
Yeah.
Cubs lit him up.
Yeah.
BT.
The Cubs are 19-13. The Reds are 17-15. They're going to win this game, so they'll be a game and a half behind them. The Dodgers and the NL West is the best division in baseball. Their top 4 teams got 21, 19, 19, and 17 wins. The Cubs lead the Central with 19 wins, and the Reds have 17 wins. The Mets have 21 wins. So we're getting a little carried away with the best team in baseball when it's like 4 or 5 teams in the National League with a better record.
Just because you play more games doesn't make you better. Look at the Cubs' run differential. Look at the Cubs. The Cubs won the season series with the Dodgers. The Cubs have smoked the Padres. The Mets have played the most garbage, the easiest schedule up to this point. So I don't think it.
All you can do is play your schedule, Pay. I mean, so
Yeah,
it's not
that's
more
fine.
games. Y'all played 32 games. The Mets played 32 games. The Reds played 32 games. The Brewers have played 32 games. Everybody's in that range, so it's not like nobody's played more games. You
can run off and say you can only play who's in front of you. Yeah, but then that also disqualifies you from being a better team. You have to if you run up against the Goliath. In fact, if you go fight Harambe or a gorilla by yourself, you're the toughest man on the block. But if you're one of the guys that got to wait for the other 99 so you can have 100 versus one the gorilla fight, then you're not really that tough. That's all I'm saying.
Tay, pull up Afton's first question. She said, how's the guy doing who fell out of the stands in PNC? Last I heard, he's still in critical condition. He had some severe injuries, man. So prayers to his family as well. That was a freak accident. He was a great athlete, too. They said he was an all-state high school football player, and he was there attending the game with his dad in the stands and fell out the stands, man. So prayers for him and his family. We hope he gets better, man. But that was a freak accident. That guy falling.
Pirates fan, man.
I don't know about that, but I know it was a freak accident. I know that for sure, man. All right, anything else with baseball so we can move to basketball?
Yeah, go ahead, Big G. Your Phillies played 32 games too. They 18-14. They're a game ahead of the Reds.
Yeah, no expectation. No expectation at all.
Well, y'all started to come back down to earth, but
yeah.
The Cubs lost 2 series last month. Phillies was one of them.
Yeah, but still no expectation. No, I'm not going to get my hopes up and my dreams up. I know what time it is, man. We just don't have it anymore. But it's okay. All right, basketball. We have 2 remaining first-round series. The Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors are playing right now. The Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers have pushed to a Game 7. Who was your surprise to win their first-round series? And how much it was a surprise for you? Pay, I want you to understand something, just knowing. If Denver wins and Houston wins their series, I go 8 for 8 in the picks. I picked all 8 teams right in the first round. So who was your surprise in your first round that you was like, there's no way that team could win, and they did win?
The Knicks. I had Detroit winning that series fairly easy. 6 games because the Detroit don't really have any experience, but I didn't think they was going to struggle with the Knicks whatsoever. Jalen Brunson, a dog. Carl Anthony Thomas, a dog. Other than game 1, Towns, what was that? Cat, yeah, big cat, the big pussy, dog.
Whoa!
No Diddy. There you go. There, I told you, Pay. I won the bet. No Diddy.
You got to chill.
You call him a female cat. I mean, a cat too, a feline cat. But another word for feline cat.
His name is Cat. What do you mean? I said the big cat.
No, that's not. No. That's a no Diddy. But go ahead with your statement, man.
They're a dog. I mean, the thing about the Detroit all season, turnovers in their backcourt haunted them. Poor decisions in the clutch haunted them. Yeah, Detroit can say, yeah, we got robbed one game, but you also had 2 turnovers in your last 4 possessions in that same game. So I don't know how much of it deserve you needed to win that game. I think they blew it. Detroit and the Knicks, they showed some grit. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
They got some grit from those Detroit Lions, obviously. The other ones that
I think also with that one though, man, and we talked about the Central Division Showdown. The Pistons just turn the ball over too much. They just turn the ball over too much, and they don't have enough scoring and facilitation. When Schroeder is in there, the offense runs more smooth than he's not, which tells me they need another playmaker ball handler to go along to take Cade off the ball a little bit because he makes some good passes. I mean, he gets 8-9 assists a game. He gives it to Jalen Duren at the top of between the top of the circle and the free throw line for him to handle it. You don't put your bigs in that type of position, and with better decision making. Yes, he's capable of passing. Doesn't mean he's running the best offense. So I just think they need to clean some of that stuff up. But they made a big jump, and shout out to the Pistons.
yeah. Ivy injury killed Detroit, in my opinion. That hurt them real bad because Ivy would have been another guard that would have facilitated the offense.
But not a facilitator, Big G. I said that on the show too. I disagree with that. He's a great player, but he's not what they need a true pass first point guard that can hit the 3 and D up.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
See, that's why B need to be here, man. He'd have got the reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Tate, who was your number 1 big loser?
Well, I had the Pistons too, and I had the Bucks and the Lakers, so I lost 3 as of now. But the Rockets not going to win this, Big G, so you're going to lose that. So you're not going undefeated. But my conundrum was Minnesota playing the Lakers because Minnesota was my sleeper team all year. I knew when they get healthy, I've been saying all year the toughness of Ant and that mentality and Julius Randle and the kids Shannon off the bench and Vanderbilt or was it Daniels? Jaden Daniels. They just got a whole bunch of grit and toughness, man. And I really like Minnesota. I was rooting for LeBron and Luka because I really want Luka to be the one to get Shea up outie. But so I let my root interest get in the way of my probably making my best picks. But yeah, I would go with that one because that was a tough one because I liked Minnesota all year, but I picked the Lakers. So that was the one that gave me the most trouble.
Yeah. Man, and just my own personal opinion, I know Dame got hurt, but how Indiana manhandled Milwaukee was sick. They manhandled.
My take on that was Giannis was going to do it by himself. Giannis was incapable. Giannis is the first player in a series to average 30 and 13 and shoot 60%. The other day he had 30, 21, and 13. And they lose a game that's never been lost before when you're up 7 with 40 seconds left.
Yeah. I'm with Payne and them and Glenn. Glenn got to go.
No, don't. Glenn is his own problem. But like I said on that same show that you promoted, it's about time we start.
I've referenced. I didn't promote. Promote is coming up. Reference is going back.
You're right. The reference. It's about time we start asking questions about Greek Freak too. I don't know.
What? Look at the numbers he put up. What are you talking about?
They should have got swept with his numbers. They should have been swept.
Oh, do you think they trade Giannis?
I think Giannis will ask for a trade at some point.
Oh,
yeah, he will this summer.
Yeah. I would love to see Giannis. I would love to see Giannis in San Antonio. I would love to see Giannis in San Antonio.
No, I would love to see Giannis in Miami.
No.
Oh, him and Bam?
They ain't getting no chip. That's not a chip.
I'd love to see him in Cleveland because they don't have no picks. Come on, we give you Garland and Jared Allen and a pick. Give us Giannis to run with Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell.
No, I personally, I want to see him. I want to see him with Victor Wembanyama and see him with Fox. Them three, Fox, the point guard from Sacramento Kings. You run Fox. No, Fox is a dog. Fox and Victor. Fox, Victor Wembanyama, and Giannis, that's
Who?
a chip. Fox.
De'Aaron Fox.
I know who De'Aaron Fox is. Who's the other guy you're talking about?
Victor Wembanyama.
I never heard of. Who's Wembanyama? I never heard of him.
Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama.
Just call him Wemby, man. You call him Wemby.
Yeah, them three dudes, that's a chip. That's a chip in San Antonio.
Well, let's slow down with that because, San Antonio has a new head coach now. The Pop era is over.
That's true.
It don't matter. That's a lot of
Doesn't
talent.
matter.
And they got the rookie of the year with Castle.
Sure do. Castle, Fox, Giannis, and Victor. Whew, Chip, Chips Ahoy cookies. Chip. That's just me. I would like to see him there. Maybe I'm biased, but that's what I'm saying.
You definitely biased.
All right, so what's the deal with LeBron's legacy?
Huh?
What's the deal with so LeBron, first round exit, traded, got the steal of the matter of fact, probably one of the biggest steals in NBA history for draft capital and for players. You get Luka, first round exit. What's the deal with LeBron? Is he going to keep playing? Is he done?
Yeah, he's playing. He's playing another 2-year contract, and the market ain't getting cheaper. He got a team option. A player option for $52 million. This was reported today. He's not taking it. Like I told y'all earlier when somebody was talking in the first show, LeBron about to get 2 years, 120. But at 41 years old, he about to get it. And Luka, maybe Nico wasn't all wrong. Luka looked slow out there, couldn't play no defense. It wasn't a good look. He had 38 points and 2 rebounds. His shooting percentage wasn't that good. And I like Luka. But we're not going to lay this to feed LeBron.
I don't think with Luka, LeBron gets another championship. I don't
think he may not. He's 40 years old.
Correct. I don't think it happens. And y'all know I've been saying share over Luka forever. So, and it's proven to be more and more so. Luka's a liability. So, Pay, your thoughts about is this thing over with LeBron? What's going to happen, man?
As the president of the LeBron fan club, I'm not sure if I'm ready for it to be over with for LeBron. But if it is, I'm okay with it. I've seen a lot of great basketball, a lot of great historical moments in 22 years. I'm fine with it. I can say proudly I was never a hater, so I'm not going to be like, dang, he's gone. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. No, I was there from day one, from the Slam magazine days. But I want to come back and address 2 of the things you said, G, when you opened up this question. That we're in the OT of the OT. What's up with LeBron's legacy? His legacy is already cemented. He's the GOAT.
Facts.
He doesn't everything he did after 2016, icing on the cake. This is all just extra going. This is going up to the buffet in Myrtle Beach for my 5th plate.
Damn, you eating?
That's what this is. Man. Well, the $50 buffet. I'm going up there as many times as I can.
That's
what LeBron's been doing the last 9 seasons. Going back to the buffet for more 2nd, 3rds, 4ths, and 5ths. Because he's already cemented. He's a what did Hov say? I'm in the hall already, on the wall already. I'm a work of art. I'm a Warhol already. That's LeBron. Second thing you said, the trade for Luka was probably the biggest steal in NBA history as far as draft capital is concerned.
Yeah.
Pump your brakes. The Lakers do this all the time. The Lakers roll out of bed and steal Hall of Fame players from other teams. Paul Gasol.
That's true. Shaq. That's recency bias. Kareem. That's recency bias.
I was just about to go to Kareem. Kareem was a steal.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sparks had to go.
Shaq was a free agent acquisition, so I'm not going to really count him there. But Paul Gasol, he got traded for one of the biggest busts of all time.
Yeah,
and a draft pick. So that was easy. That was easy work. 2 championships later. Well, 3 finals appearances, 2 championships later. Hall of Fame career.
Kobe. Kobe was a trade.
Shaq was a free agent signing. Kobe was a trade. That is facts. Yeah,
is what the Lakers do. Lakers always get it, and I don't know what the future holds for LeBron and Luka. I think I did pick the Lakers to win this series, even begrudgingly, same way with Tate. One, because I let my fandom get the best of me, but I knew that the Timberwolves was going to be a tough out because the Lakers are small. Timberwolves got too much size. No diddy. And you saw that in game what's that, game 5? Yeah, you saw that in game 5. Rudy Gobert destroyed them.
and that's horrible.
That was on JJ Redick. That was on JJ Redick.
Maybe what's his face? Jackson Hayes does a better job. I don't know, but Rudy was out there killing.
But he didn't do that in none of the other games when Jackson Hayes played. I don't know why he's not playing Jackson Hayes. He's your biggest body, and you're getting killed on the board. 20, 24, and 27, something like that? 27 and 24?
I've never seen Rudy Gobert be that active ever in his career. Rudy Gobert was out there getting – he looked like Wilt.
Yeah.
Hey, watching the Wilt games in 4K, Rudy looked like Wilt.
Lightweight.
They was teasing Shaq on the inside the NBA after the game. Like, man, Rudy would have gave it to you, Shaq. He gave you the business.
Shaq,
you know that stuff makes Shaq
Rudy
mad.
Yeah,
he would have. But I'm saying what they were saying was funny.
Yeah. But so you're correct about the legacy. You're correct about it, but I just think it's over with, man. I understand he's trying to get some more on his plate as far as the buffet is concerned, but I wouldn't be mad at LeBron if he said, man, it's over, man. It's over.
He already said he's playing. So you can take that speculation out the air.
Right, where's the chip?
Well, it might not be a chip, but like Pay said, every time you go into the buffet and he's loading the plate up and he's eating so much food, nobody's ever going to be able to eat more food than LeBron has eaten.
Facts. But
that's the fact, Jack.
That's the big pun. Thanks, big pun.
He said Jordan has scrubbed for 7 years, no Pippen, no rings. Oh.
But no scrub though. But just LeBron's better.
Yeah. We've never asked in the history of the NBA. We've never, in fact, in the history of any sport, we've never asked, about legacy or getting rings from a 40-year-old athlete before. You're not supposed to be here anymore. This is all cake. This is icing on the cake. LeBron's done it already. He's cemented 4 rings. How many players in the history of the NBA has more rings, more finals MVPs, more regular season MVPs, anything like that? It's a short list. Very short.
That's the fact, Jack.
Give it up to Pay.
Sir Claude said, why quit? He's still a top 10 player. Do y'all agree that he's still a top 10 player?
Absolutely. He's going to be an all NBA player. And if he's
what
are you saying? This season.
I mean, he probably would get all NBA. Yeah, but I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I'd get him top 15.
Yeah. I say
just because the way I look at this thing, the top 7 to 10 players, they get you to the playoffs just by them being there, and they can win those playoff series just by them being there, at least one, just by them being there. LeBron, he's not. If you can go back his whole LA Lakers career, LeBron, he's not that part of his career anymore. LeBron needs help. That's why Luke was there. That's why AD's there. It's not Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron, where he can just load up everybody, get on my back. I'm taking you to the finals. It ain't that LeBron.
Multiple times.
You're right. But even when Brady got his last chip, he needed Mike Evans, needed Chris Godwin, needed Gronk, needed all those pieces he had too. As you get older, you still that guy up here. You're not that guy athletically, but you still capable. But if he all NBA, he's just all NBA second team. That's top 10 to me.
I wouldn't put him there. LeBron's got a name recognition, so he's probably gonna get the votes. But I think there's a good 10 better. Not 15, but 10. I wouldn't put him in my top 10.
So Phoenix 55 HD got a statement, man, that they made. Jordan 119 and 60 in the playoff wins. LeBron 184 and 106. Jordan 6-0 and two good players and went 6-0. LeBron jumps from team to team and flips. Not the GOAT. Sorry. Top 5 all time, yes, but not the GOAT. That's what Phoenix
Why do
55
we
did.
always discount Jordan's early career and Jordan's late career? Do we forget early Bulls before he ever made the playoffs or won the playoff series? And do we forget the Washington Wizards? I mean, LeBron is past where Jordan was with the Wizards right now. So if you want to say who had the best 6 or 8 year run in NBA history, you can say Jordan. Easy.
No.
But
no
way.
Bill Russell had the greatest 6 to 8
Oh
year
man,
run.
it was 8 teams in the league then. I ain't counting that. But Bill Russell's all time great.
12.
But 12 teams. But LeBron's done it for 22 straight years. 22 with no slippage. No slippage. You're not saying, oh, that was Washington Wizards, Jordan. You say, oh, that's the Lakers LeBron getting 25, 7, and 7 at 40. Give me a break.
The point that I always point out about this, and I'm going to leave it alone. When Jordan came back the second time, he had the greatest European player in Tony Kukoc. He had the greatest rebounder that ever played, Dennis Rodman. He had the guy in the league that could stop him in Ron Harper. He had Scottie Pippen, who was the best swing player, defensive player, and a top 25 or 30 player of all time, and money all on the same freaking team. Come on, man. You act like they didn't load up a roster for Mike.
Jordan's win percentage was 66%. Trying to figure out LeBron's. He played 290 games. So
Jordan played on the super team. That's how you win 72 games.
That's
LeBron,
correct.
LeBron is 63.5%. So Jordan's is slightly better. LeBron been in 10 finals. 10. Count them.
Yeah. I mean, he just ran it down for you. Jordan had a lot of great teammates. A lot of teams. That's why they went from 72 wins to 69 wins in back-to-back season. But guess what? Jordan never beat a 73 win team. LeBron did.
He never beat a dynasty. He never played a freaking dynasty.
LeBron did.
Yeah, because facts. He never beat a dynasty, and he never played against a dynasty, and he was on a loaded team. And the NBA was watered down with expansion.
Correct.
Don't forget that, too. The Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Toronto Raptors, and the Vancouver Grizzlies all joined the league and watered it down. Don't forget that either.
Vancouver Grizzlies beat the Bulls. I remember. LeBron never lost to the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Yeah.
The Jordan didn't get past the Shaq Magic in was it the second round or the conference finals? It was the second round though.
Conference finals. Conference finals.
No, it was the second round.
It was the semis.
It was the semis.
The Magic went to the finals that year. It was the conference finals.
Yeah, but they went to the finals, but they beat the Bulls in the second round. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That was the conference finals.
You know you're going to fact check it, Pay. You're going to fact check.
Go ahead. And then the Bulls swept them the next year. I forgot what round that was, but it was a conference finals.
I thought it was the semifinals, and I thought Orlando played, I want to say Indiana in the finals in the East. I want to say that, but I'm not for sure. I don't think it was the conference finals. I think it was the semis.
They lost Eastern Conference semifinals. Bye, Jordan.
Yeah, they took the L, dog. Yeah, and Orlando then I think beat Indiana and then went on to lose in the finals against Houston.
Man, big pun coming with the hoop facts, man.
Bird, Magic, Isaiah slapped MJ around. He didn't win until they got old. That's facts. I mean, that's facts.
What's Claude saying? He's saying Bird, Magic. No, Claude said when Jordan retired, the Bulls only lost 2 less games.
Correct. That means their team was freaking loaded.
Yeah, I mean, because Scottie Pippen took them to like 68, 69 wins, didn't he?
Yeah, and then when money came back.
No. The Bulls that won like 60, 61. Scottie Pippen the next year took them to 58 wins.
Yeah. And when the Bulls came back, they had Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Brian Williams, Bill Wennington. I'll run down that roster. They was freaking loaded.
Tony Kukoc.
Tony Kukoc, they was freaking loaded.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Martin.
Oh, who's Steve Martin? Pay, you got to let me in on the secret. I don't get it.
I need B Dirt here.
Yeah.
Don't forget Phil Jackson.
I know Steve Martin, the comedian. Well, how's that go with what you're saying? If he's playing,
I know it.
Don't forget. He also had Phil Jackson on the bench.
Oh yeah.
I think LeBron took Mike Brown to a final. He took a team. Did Jordan ever take a team to the finals with Sasha Pavlovic and Ilgauskas and Boobie Gibson?
He took.
You count that loss against them, but really took a team there that shouldn't even have been there. Then you count the loss against them when he playing Golden State, a dynasty, without Kevin Love and Kyrie.
Phoenix 55 said the Bulls didn't even look like the same team when Jordan and Pippen weren't playing. Jordan and Pippen. But with Pippen, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and took the Knicks to 7 games and should have beat them. They should have beat them. They had the Knicks beat. They just smoked it because Scottie Pippen was a jerk. But they had them. They took them to the final. They went to the conference finals against the Knicks. And would have gave Houston hell in the finals if they would have made it. So let's not get it twisted. They were loaded. They were loaded. And people always downplays that. In the Jordan era, nobody flipped and went to another team except for Charles Barkley. In their prime, nobody did. Clyde Drexler was washed when they traded him from Portland. It was over. He got 2 chips on Hakeem. His best days were over. He was past his prime. Nobody flipped squads except for Barkley. He's the only dude that did it. And because he got forced out of Philadelphia to go to Phoenix. They traded him. But teams didn't flip back then. Dudes didn't flip. Well, they stayed with their squad.
He also forced his way out of Phoenix, too, so he can go to Houston. To ring chase.
That is correct. Back in that era, dudes didn't flip.
And so did Gary Payton, so did Karl Malone, so did a lot of players were ring chasing.
But it was over for them. They was way past their prime. GP was past his prime. Karl Malone was past his prime.
Barkley was too.
No, not in Phoenix. Not in Phoenix. He was MVP.
Not in Phoenix, but in Houston, that's when he was ring chasing. Phoenix, he just went from one team to another and was the best player, arguably one of the top players in the league. It took that team with Dan Marley and Kevin John. They had good chemistry, kind of like the Cavs got right now. They didn't have a dominant team.
Barkley being past his prime in 96 was different than Gary Payton and Karl Malone being past their prime in 2004. Barkley had the pump fake in 96. He couldn't just jump over people no more. Like round mound of rebound days, right? But he was still capable. Karl Malone and Gary Payton, they were bums.
They was washed. It was over. It was washed. It was all over with. All over. So, there's a lot of argument to be made about this, man, concerning it. But the bottom line is, don't forget, like Tate said, the first 7 years of Jordan's career, the last years of Jordan's career when he played for the Washington Wizards. And don't forget the fact that he played on not the original super team, because the original super team, in my opinion, was the Boston Celtics. Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson, Larry Bird, Danny Ainge. That's ridiculous. Second super team, Los Angeles Lakers, loaded up all day and night with James Worthy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Michael Cooper, Byron Scott. They was freaking loaded.
Don't forget those. Don't forget those Sixers back then too.
Oh, Moses Malone, Dr. J, Andrew Toney, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Mark Arvaroni. Yeah, loaded.
And Charles Barkley.
Well, Barkley wasn't there before they got the chip.
Right. They went to the finals twice before Barkley got there, but they were still Moses Malone won an MVP, and then they drafted Charles Barkley.
He won 3 MVPs.
I'm saying it was that close. MVP, draft Charles Barkley. That's how dumb that.
Well, the Lakers won a championship and drafted James Worthy.
Loaded.
But back then they don't count that as such because it wasn't free agency. But you were able to just keep a player. A player couldn't get in free agency and go somewhere else. So you kept your team together and just acquired new pieces that from the draft and trades and stuff you could bring in. You never had to worry about losing anybody.
Yeah,
That
G
which
spoke to
feeds
that.
my
The
point.
Yeah,
Correct.
the
They watered the
90s
league
were,
down.
yeah, the 90s
They
was
watered the
the
league down. Yeah, because they went to expansion and teams was getting robbed out of players. So yeah, of course, the expansion made it good for Jordan. That's why he won. That's why he dominated.
Mm.
What Pay?
Mm. I'm just what you say. It made it good for Jordan. You know,
Yeah,
those rings are a little cloudy.
He showed. I mean, his ring, because that's why he never met any of the same teams. I mean, LeBron played San Antonio 3 times. He played Golden State 3 times. 2 dynasties.
Go to say 4.
He
Mike met
State 4.
Utah
Yeah, you're right.
twice.
You're right.
Mike met Utah twice on the back end. He met Utah twice. He played at Utah twice. But the first 3, no. Second 3, no. He played Seattle. He played Utah and
twice in Seattle.
Utah twice in Seattle. The first one was Portland, Lakers, Phoenix. So yeah, he didn't run against no dynasty ever.
Yeah, he ran up against the New York Knicks. Yeah, he beat up on the Knicks. The Knicks are over. The Knicks were overrated in the early 90s. They tried to beat the Bulls. The Bulls had 2 of the best on-ball defenders in probably league history with Jordan and Pippen. And the Knicks, they have 1 point guard. They got a team full of forwards. They can't dribble against Jordan and Pippen. That's who the Bulls' best competition is. Get them up out of here.
Yeah, they played bully ball.
Was it the Pacers?
They only played the Pacers twice. Well, once during the 6-peat. I mean 3-peat era. But I think they played the Pacers in 1990, and they played the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals in 98.
They cheated them the one year because Reggie Miller and them had.
Here the chef grade get cooking.
What's the score?
It just went 71-67 Houston with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
All right.
So yeah,
all right, fellas.
I'm about to get out of here myself. I'm gonna let y'all go.
We're to the end of the show. We're into the end of the show. Any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
I just want to see B back. B, blink if you're okay.
Blink. He said blink. We need a picture and a location where you at, B-Dirt. Tate, your final thoughts, man.
I'm excited also about the WNBA season. We're going to talk about the UFFL for a minute, but I don't think we really got. Maybe I'm confusing that show. That's the Know-It-Alls.
Yeah.
On Sunday. Yeah, we have a special guest on the Know-It-Alls, Jeremiah Byers. He's a rookie free agent, undrafted free agent for the Arizona Cardinals. Played at Florida State. Going to be joining us on the show Sunday at 6. He'll be on there for the first 30 to 40 minutes. Then we'll get into our regular show. So check us out Sunday, the Know-It-All. If you're watching right now, you one of the people watching right now, I'm going to pull it up right now. Pause, not pull out. Pull it up. Go to the Know-It-Alls channel, hit the QR code, and give us a subscribe, please. We really been moving in the positive direction the past few weeks. Let's keep it going. That's all I got, Big G.
Absolutely. Shout out to my Toronto Maple Leafs winning their first round series. Proud of you guys, man. It's my new team. I wore a Maple Leaf sweatshirt tonight. Love Maple Leafs hat. But collaboration deal between the Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs. Wore the hat, wore the sweatshirt. Shout out to the Maple Leafs. My new team. Love them. Appreciate you guys doing well. And thank you guys for rocking with us in the live chat tonight. As we leave and go out of the Homies Overtime, Pay, could you tell me one more time what they should do with Brett Favre? Well,
Mamba out.
Lock up